You know that line when some people say, school teaches you a bunch of stuff you will never use in real life? You ever heard that? Or they say something like, most of the stuff you learn at school is pretty freaking useless. You'll never need it. What do you think about that? You know, I never hear anybody say, boxers shouldn't jump rope because they're not gonna jump rope in a ring. Does that sound about right to you? I think it's amazing how people lose all the understanding about training the moment the training is not physical anymore. Imagine telling an athlete, hey, why are you lifting weights? When in your real life you're gonna need to lift a 200-pound barbell and hold it over your head? Can you imagine saying that? Because the whole point of lifting dumbbells is to build the muscle. It has nothing to do with the dumbbell itself. Nobody curls dumbbells at a job interview. Nobody deadlifts at a grocery store. But try living a life without strength, physical or mental, and watch how quickly somebody will take advantage of you. And you won't even know until it's too late. School works the same way. You're not supposed to use everything you learn. You're supposed to grow from it. That's the part those people refuse to see because it doesn't fit their narrative. And because it's me making this video, let's make a motorcycle comparison. Sometimes I hear some riders say, why do you practice U-turns in a parking lot? I never need a tight U-turn in real life. I can just put my foot down and move the bike. It's not a big deal. Why spend so much time doing this useless thing? And to answer this question, it's not really about the U-turns. I mean, it is a little bit, but it's more about learning throttle control, feeling the bike, understanding clutch feathering, learning how to keep the bike stable at low speeds, building trust in your hands so the bike doesn't own you. That's kind of important, I think. But people see the surface and they miss all the substance. It's not U-turn practice, it's motorcycle literacy. Same with school. You're not memorizing dates because the grocery store will quiz you on French Revolution. You're learning patterns, systems, cause and effect. The kind of thinking that prevents you from being fooled, scammed, manipulated, or simply stupid. And here's the uncomfortable part. The reason people say school is useless is because the things school teaches, thinking, reading, writing, questioning, those skills make laziness, gullibility, and ignorance harder to maintain. It's easier to say, I'll never use algebra, than to admit my brain gives up quicker than the old router. Think about it. Half the people saying school is useless can't tell the difference between facts and opinion, a scam and a deal, or a conspiracy theory and a cartoon plot. These are the same people who see a meme on Facebook and treat it like a peer-reviewed study. But yes, tell me more how school failed you. So what is the point of school? Math teaches you logic. It forces your brain to follow the rules of logic. Reading and writing forces you to think clearly enough to express something without sounding like you got hit in the head by a frying pan. And science is all about trial and error. It teaches you cause and effect, evidence falsification, curiosity. Everything so-called useless is quietly training the machinery that your life depends on. Just like lifting weights and jump rope and doing U-turns on a motorcycle. We don't train to copy the exercise, we train to possess the ability. It teaches you how to think, not what to think. And that's precisely why people complain. And the irony? The very people who say school is useless are often walking advertisements for why education is desperately needed. So no, school is not useless. If anything, its biggest flaw is that it hides the benefits too well. Just like the gym, just like the dojo, just like the motorcycle practice. You don't appreciate the training until you face something that requires the muscles you built. Knowledge is training, life is the fight, and your mind is the thing you bring into the ring, whether you like it or not. The worst time to learn to swim is when the water is already in your lungs. But hey, at least you'll stop complaining about the temperature.